Congratulations, graduates of Harvard, on completing some of the toughest years of your lives. Would you now please move your tassels from right to left? You're on your own now, and I hope you can take what you've learned from Harvard University and apply it to your own lives.
Woo! Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! We have to. Hey, it's Mckenna.
Mckenna.
Hey, Mckenna, what's up? Oh, she wants to talk to y'all.
Hey guys, just wanted to say I'm super excited to finally see y'all again. 1 year is one too many. I'll be waiting in the airport for y'all.
Oh, Mckenna,
That's awesome.
we miss you so much.
I miss you too, but I'm in a hurry, so I'll talk to y'all as soon as I can.
All right, bye. Kevin, isn't it weird your fiance lives in another country? Like, is she gonna move down here, or are you gonna move up there with her, or what?
Well, we haven't really talked about it, but I think she's going to move down here.
That's awesome. Now she can be closer to all of us. Have y'all set a time or date for the wedding?
No.
Kevin!
We haven't really talked about that.
Come on, Kevin. Time's a-ticking.
Kevin.
How's graduation?
It was good.
Yeah. You're ready to be out of school?
Yes.
Glad.
I'm so excited for the real world.
Was the trip here long?
Yeah, it was so long.
13 hours?
13.
I slept like the whole flight.
They gave us some nasty Indian curry food that was all packaged up, so I enjoyed that.
Well, we have some news.
You know how when you asked, like, if we were getting married or when or where and that stuff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're getting married.
When?
Tomorrow.
Where?
In Greece.
In Greece?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Greece?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all had this planned out the whole time?
Mm-hmm. For 2 months.
Wow.
What the heck? Y'all are so good at keeping secrets from us.
Oh, are y'all excited?
Yes. Do we have to
I can't
plan
wait.
anything or?
We planned everything. Y'all just have to find outfits to wear.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god!
Got
That's so exciting. Yay!
Our first stop in Albania was the Blue Eye. Mckenna drove us around this tourist attraction with so much to see. The water spring is 45 meters deep with clear blue water. The reason it is called the Blue Eye is because the center of the springs appear to be a very dark blue shade of blue with the lighter color of blue around it, making it look like an eye. We got to go throw stones into the center of the pool, and after a while they would rise back up into the surface. It was so cool. We wanted to go swimming, but the temperature is around 10 degrees Celsius, so it was best that we just stuck our feet in. It was so beautiful and peaceful. We enjoyed it so much. Next, we stop at Albania's must-see National Art Gallery. The entry fee cost $44 per person. It hosts an excellent and varied collection of Albanian art covering a wide range of styles, tastes, and historical periods. The permanent exhibit shows work by some of the country's earliest artists, while upstairs are some outstanding examples of socialist realist paintings depicting heroic partisans and idolizing factory workers bristling with muscles and grinning with socialist satisfaction. All of it produced between 1944 and 1990, when even the size of the canvas and the subject matter were dictated by the party. On the top floor finds examples of contemporary modern art, and around back of the building a clutch of communist-era monuments and some large statues of Lenin and Stalin wrapped in protective plastic. Next, we stopped at the Buntrit National Park, or Buthrotum. Buthrotum was an ancient Greek city and later a Roman city. It is a site in Vlorë County, Albania. It is located on a hill overlooking the Vivori Channel.
It is one of the most remarkable archaeological sites in the Adriatic region. The city served as a port from Hellenistic to Ottoman times. Following 12 years of archaeological excavations and major investment in the site management, the site is an exceptionally attractive place to visit, and we had so much fun there.
Our final stop in Albania was Old Bazaar, or Pazari, located in Kruhe. We visited the Albanian market and noticed that was very traditional. It was selling things such as artwork, jewelry, artifacts, and souvenirs. There were many shops that sold antiques. We learned that the roofs were made of wood and tiling in order to protect the items and customers inside the shops. The Old Bazaar market in Kruhe had very welcoming people and it was full of culture and tradition.
Next, we stopped in Cyprus. We took a tour of the St. Lazarus Church. This church is in a quiet area of Larnaca, Cyprus. It is a small Greek Orthodox church that has been around dating back to the 1600s. Originally, the building was a tomb for Lazarus, a friend of Christ's. His body was found there and shipped to Constantinople, and the tomb soon became a church in his honor. The tour costs started at $47 per person. On the day of the ceremony, the groom's friends will gather to help him get ready. The best man, called the kumbaro, will shave the groom. This shows the trust between them. From an Orthodox perspective, sacraments are God-given gifts that have emerged from the holy tradition and have either been instituted by Christ or the apostles. The sacraments are best understood as God-given points of contact, where God makes himself available to us on a personal level. The sacraments of marriage consist of the ceremony, the betrothal service, the crowning, the common cup, the ceremonial walk, and the removal of crowns. It is performed by an Orthodox priest. The exchange of the rings is the focus of the service of betrothal. The priest blesses the rings by holding them in his right hand and making the sign of the cross over the head of the bride and groom. The rings are then placed on the third finger of the right hand. The kumbaro, the couple's religious sponsor, then swaps the rings between the bride and groom 3 times. A number of rituals in this ceremony is repeated 3 times, and this symbolizes the Holy Trinity. Next, the ceremony of the sacraments of marriage will take place. This ceremony consists of several key parts. First, several prayers are said, and then as they come to an end, the priest joins the hands of the bride and groom. Their hands remain joined until the end of the wedding ceremony, which symbolizes the couple's union. Then the crowning takes place. The bride and groom are crowned with thin crowns or stefania, which are joined by a white ribbon and have been blessed by the priest. The crowns symbolize the glory and honor that is being bestowed on them by God, and the ribbon symbolizes unity. The kumbaro then exchanges the crowns of the heads of the couple 3 times. The crowning is followed by a reading of the Gospel, which tells us the marriage of Cana and Galileo. It was at this wedding that Jesus performed his first miracle, changing water into wine, which was then given to the married couple to be drank from 3 times. This cup is called the common cup. The priest then leads the couple 3 times around the altar on their first steps as a married couple. At this time, the couple, and anyone standing nearby, is usually showered with rice, which is usually handed out at the beginning of the wedding. walk has ended, the priest reads another gospel from the Bible about marriage. Then he takes the married couple to the door and he separates their previously joined hands with the Bible, reminding them that only God can break their union, which they have just entered. The bride and groom then exit the church, and rice is thrown on them by all the guests in celebration. They then enter their limo or car and are taken away from the church into the wedding reception. After the wedding, we spent our night out in Napa. This city was named after the icon of the Virgin Mary that was found. A cave was built around the icon, and a few years later it became a monastery. Napa has a fun nightlife with many different nightclubs and activities for all ages and families. There are small parks and restaurants with bumper cars, arcade games, and clubs for the older crowd. Took a detour to Makronisos, or the island of exile. It is Greek's equivalent to Alcatraz. But these were not hardened criminals, murderers, and thugs. Makronisos was where many people who had fought to liberate Greece from the Germans during World War II met their fate at the hands of their countrymen, tortured and killed because of their political beliefs. The men who lived and died here were the first victims of the Cold War. Following Cyprus, we made a few stops in Greece. The first one was the Acropolis. Acropolis is an ancient city located on an extremely rocky outcrop above the city of Athens and contains the remains of several ancient buildings of great architectural and historic significance, the most famous being the Parthenon. The word Acropolis comes from the Greek word akron, meaning the highest point, extremity. The construction of the Acropolis Museum represents an investment of €103 million and is the definitive exhibition hall for all the Acropolis sculptures together. Designed to link the exhibits with their archaeological context, the museum opened in 2009, giving visitors the opportunity to see artifacts in a direct view of the monument. The next stop was Santorini hiking trails from Ephyra and Oia. The views were spectacular, and throughout most of the hike, it felt as though we were on the island by ourselves. The path is pretty well marked throughout the hike. It leads you through towns and along the edge of the caldera all the way through to Oia. Some of the trails are paved, and some of the trails are dirt paths. The adventure across the country area was amazing.
The next place that we stopped at in Greece was the Samaria Gorge. It was awesome because it only cost a total of $73 for the whole day trip. First, to get to the gorge, we had to travel into the White Mountains in West Crete. It was so beautiful up there. The gorge is 18 kilometers in length, and it is considered to be the longest gorge in Europe. We were told that the national park where the Samaria Gorge is located was known for their exceptionally rich plant and animal life. There was roughly 450 plant species there, and we even found a unique species protected under international law. It was so cool. There were many forests, and in them were huge pine and cypress trees that we admired. While we looked at the plants, we wanted to pick some flowers because they were so pretty, but it was against the law to remove any sort of plant life from the ground.
U.S. tourists called them Cree, but locals called them Agrinia. These goats roam around everywhere, even in the villages of Samurai. It took about 6 hours to walk through the whole gorge. It was kind of difficult to walk down the gorge, and I remember being super sore the next day from all the walking. We took a route where the gorge was very narrow. You could almost touch both sides with your hands. It was the easiest route, but still the same amount of fun. The Samurai Gorge was so pretty and a great experience that I hope my friends and I will get to experience once again.
you know, we're all going to.
Is it not going? So turn the other way. Turn around.
But talk loud.
Yeah.
Talk loud.
No, don't go nuts.
Go. From an Orthodox perspective, sacraments are God-given gifts.
How's graduation?
Long, boring. Too many names I didn't know. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Glad to be out of school.
Yes.
Free. Zoe, you okay? I'm a little emotional about it. It's okay. She's it's okay. It's okay. It's a little emotional. Well, anyways,
How was graduation?
it was good.
Very
Long.
long.
Glad to have people there.
You
What?
glad to be out of
Oh my god, yes. Free. And then